Recently, I've been noticing that a lot of the big franchises have been ruined by woke ideas. I mean, just look at Star Wars. As soon as Disney took them over, they made the sequel trilogy, and, well, we all know how that went. Ever since then, Star Wars hasn't been good or fun to watch at all. I stopped watching because I just don't enjoy watching Disney running my favorite franchise into the ground. There's also Marvel, which is being destroyed yet again by Disney. After Endgame, the only good film that we've had was No Way Home, and Marvel didn't even make that. Sony made that one. And with all the setup and nostalgia that No Way Home had on its side, I'm not expecting any films to come from Marvel to come close to No Way Home ever again. And I don't think I need to mention She-Hulk when it comes to Marvel being ruined. That's just a given. And let's not forget about Wakanda Forever, which I talked about in a video a few days ago, so go check that out. And Lord of the Rings too, it's had its fair share of it with the new Rings of Power series. So amongst all of our favourite franchises that have been ruined by woke ideas, which one has survived the test of time and still throughout it all is producing good movies? Why, none other than DC, of course. Now, I'm not too in love with DC to ignore the times where it has made bad movies. I mean, that's a given. I mean, just look at Wonder Woman and the first Suicide Squad film. I also don't think I've ever heard anything nice about any of the Justice League movies. But the difference between DC and Marvel is that DC doesn't want to actively push an agenda onto you. They want to make money. This means when DC makes a film that flops, they learn from their mistakes and they make better movies next time. And they've been making some banger movies recently. Let's start with the Joker movie. I know the Joker was made 3 years ago now, but it is still pretty recent in terms of how fast DC makes movies anyway. And DC only takes longer to make films than Marvel per se because it makes its movies well, whereas Marvel just pumps out as many as they can and hope you will pay for them. But anyway, let's talk about the Joker. The Joker film does a really great job of showing the Joker's descent into madness. They start out showing the Joker as this abnormal guy who struggles to fit into society because of his mental illness. Throughout the film he goes deeper and deeper into his madness, and the further onto the film you get, the more blurred the film gets, visually. The film sets a great tone and has shots that really show the true character of Arthur Fleck, or the Joker. Throughout the film he imagines that his neighbor is his girlfriend, and in the film that is what the audience is supposed to believe is happening, until we realize that it was all just in his imagination, and thus we're left to wonder if anything that happened in the film actually happened or not. We only question it more at the end of the film, as we're shown that he's in a straitjacket in a mental institution, and we as the audience don't know whether it was the events of the film that led him to be there, or if he just imagined it all in his head while he was in the asylum. This was truly a great film, and you would not get a film like this from Disney. Now let's talk about the Batman film. So far in the year 2022, the Batman film has got to be the best film that has come out in general. Unlike the Wakanda Forever film, which I talked about yesterday, it was worth the 2 hours and 56 minutes that I spent watching it. The film really captures the mood of Gotham City with its constant gloomy atmosphere and the constant rain. It was a very immersive film because the tone was set very nicely. All of the shots are dark and gloomy, and even so is Batman's costume, even when he's just in a normal suit as Bruce Wayne. You can tell that he's a very dark character. The fight scenes are violent, and the city is a dark and corrupt place, which is very on theme for Batman. The film also does very well to show how good Batman is as a detective, because that is an integral part of his character in the comics. The character of the Riddler was also played very effectively in this film, and he was also kept very close to how he is in the comics as well. The whole movie was just an amazing film. It was a banger, and I would easily watch it again. My final example of DC's filmmaking ability is the new Black Adam film. So Black Adam is a lesser known hero, and I didn't even know he existed until I went to watch this film. Add on to the fact that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was playing him, and originally, before seeing the film, I didn't have very high hopes. I was, however, pleasantly surprised by Black Adam. The film was good, clean fun, made a good impression on me, and I look forward to seeing more of the character of Black Adam. The film doesn't try to push any woke ideas onto you, and it really just shows Black Adam to be a cool, badass hero who's just trying to figure out his way in the modern world. It was also the first time that I've actually seen Dwayne The Rock Johnson have to act. I mean, he played Black Adam really well, and give credit where credit's due. It'd be cool to see more about the character. I mean, I'm not saying this film is the best film I've ever seen or anything, but there was nothing to dislike in the movie, and these days that is a rare thing, and it's a good thing. Of course, there are plenty more examples of good films and TV shows from DC that I haven't talked about in this video, but my point is that if DC just keeps going the way it is, then I'm looking forward for the next film that they come out with, because it seems they're on the right track. But anyway, that's going to be all for this video. If you liked, press the like button, subscribe, and I'll have more videos like this one out as soon as I can. See ya.